Cruise news time. Well, have you gotten caught up in all of the frenzy around Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas? The newest cruise ship coming on the scenes with the bells, the gizmos, the water parks, all of the things that I guess makes cruising great right now. When you're looking at that ship and all of the money spent to market that ship, you got to ask the question, has Royal Caribbean sold out? I have an answer to that question. Also, I'm a little on the chip this morning because I'm jealous. I'm jealous of a cruise passenger that got a very special ceremony celebrating their loyalty status. I wonder if they're going to get a badge. More days at sea than I have. I guess that's why I'm jealous, but I can't believe they got a ceremony. I'll have to tell you about that. And then, look, Carnival, they got their green eggs and ham, but Regent Seven Seas, they're out there crowing like a rooster that they've got their own special egg, and you won't get to see it for a couple years. But yeah, come see Regent Seven Seas. We got a special egg. And then I try not to get annoyed on the cruise ship, but I had a little bit of a challenge when it came to Star Wars. Star Wars on my Allure of the Seas cruise and salespeople. Or salespeople, I think. I don't know. Look, it's almost cruise day. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. Lido, Loca from the living room. Lido, Loca. For this cruise news and views, it's for your face, and it's Thursday, the 27th of October, 2022. I'm just a few hours away from swinging up to St. Petersburg and picking my sweet mama up at the airport so that we can drive to Miami tomorrow for the Lido, Loca group cruise on the Carnival Horizon. We finished the schedule yesterday. We finished all the swag bags. It's go time. My costume came in. I'm having a good time. Look, before we get into anything else, let me put out a public service announcement. Public service announcement. Please listen to this. There are a lot of scammers out there that are trying to use our likeness and our name to scam people. Especially in the YouTube comments, people will make fake accounts and they will try to get you to connect with them on some sort of messaging app, whether it's WhatsApp or a new one, Telegram. I'm never going to do that. I never want to talk to you on WhatsApp or Telegram. And if I have a comment, if I'm responding to your comment, there'll be a check mark by our name. It just says La Lido Loca, check mark. Anything else with our picture is just bogus. It's just Barbra Streisand. It's just people that are trying. I like Barbra Streisand. That's the word we use in our house for BS. So no shade against Barbra Streisand. But that's what we say. That's what we mean when we say Barbra Streisand. Yes. Don't reach out to any. I don't have anything to give you. I'm not going to ask you for any money. I'm not going to be messaging you. Public service announcement. I do my best to delete those accounts as soon as I see them, but they'll sneak in like when I'm sleeping and stuff like that. So sometimes it takes some time. If you see them, send me an email, tony@lalidoloca.com, and I will try to jump in and delete them as soon as I can. But don't talk to strangers, y'all. I'm never going to reach out to you like that. Let me say it one more. I'm never going to reach out to you like that. That's the public service announcement. Cruise news story number 1, Royal Caribbean with all the whiz-bang new hype around the Icon of the Seas. Have they sold out? Yes, they have sold out. The Icon of the Seas sold out in 24 hours. The ship isn't even completed yet, which is not a big surprise. We're booking cruises way in advance. But from the least expensive cabin to the most expensive cabin, which I think is like $30,000 for a week, the Icon of the Seas has sold out for its very first cruise from Florida. It's not a big surprise. Look, I'm still trying to process the Icon of the Seas. There's a lot of things I want to say about it, and it's a very busy time for me right now. I've compressed too many things together. Once I get back from this group cruise, I can catch my breath. I want to talk about the Icon of the Seas, but yeah, congratulations. There was a huge media blitz. They did it right. They got it on sale, and even though those cabins are a little more expensive, they sold the heck out of them. How about that? Did you get booked? We asked that already. I saw some people say that they did get booked on the Icon of the Seas. Let's ask this question today. If you didn't get booked for one of these early sailings, do you plan on going on Icon of the Seas? And if so, when? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 2 is a cruise loyalty story and a passenger who has been elevated so much that there was a special ceremony for them on the MS Rotterdam. Holland America done had a ceremony to celebrate a passenger's 700th day at sea, and this passenger has 4 legs and has to get rabies shots, I would assume. I don't know what it's a dog. It's a service animal. This is a black Labrador named Jaska. 700 days at sea. It's been awarded a platinum medallion and is now considered a 5-star mariner, the highest loyalty level that you can get. The highest loyalty level that you can get with Holland America Line, and it's the first service animal to reach that plateau, to reach that loyalty level. They had a ceremony there with of course, the people that it serves, and then officials from Holland America on the MS Rotterdam celebrating this achievement. I think it's a great story for a couple reasons, because now you got to live with that in your head, that there's a dog out there that has more cruises in than you do. How about that? But then it also brings up the conversation of service animals, and new cruisers may not be familiar with that. Sometimes on cruise ships, you will see service animals. You'll see service animals, you'll see emotional support animals, and good rules of thumb, at least for service animals, is you don't pet them. It's like a non-pet thing. And so a lot of times people see dogs, oh, puppy, puppy, let me pet it. Most of the time, you should not do that with a service animal. And it also, sometimes you're going to see on a cruise ship where service animals go to the bathroom. So it's kind of interesting that you might not think that getting on the high seas that you're going to encounter, that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure all cruise lines recognize service animals. I'm not 100% an expert on service animals, or even a little bit. And so if you're someone with a service animal and you think there's anything that's important to know about them, please leave a comment below. But congratulations to that dog for having a lot more status than the rest of us. How old is that dog in dog years? I'm not making Holland America jokes. I'm just saying. I'm just curious. I don't know what his age is. All right. And look, if I'm being transparent, this is one of those days where I just want to plow through the cruise news stories so I can get to the thing that I really want to talk about, which is my Star Wars Allure salesperson scenario, even maybe Marvel on the sea. But I like this next story too. Cruise news story number 3. We have Regent Seven Seas bragging about an egg on their cruise ship. Now this egg is not edible. It's a Fabergé egg. Do you guys know what Fabergé? It's a piece of art, I guess. It's a piece of jewelry. I guess you wouldn't wear an egg around your. It's a piece of art. And yeah, they got a new cruise ship coming out in 2023 called the Grandeur, Regent Seven Seas Grandeur, and they've had a custom-made Fabergé egg to be the centerpiece of their big whammo blammo art gallery. This egg's got a name. It will be named The Journey and Jewels, and it's modeled after the 1913 Fabergé winter egg. Like I said, this egg's going to be the centerpiece of Regent Seven Seas art gallery, and it's going to be a multi-million-dollar art installation. This egg's not going to be for sale. There's certainly going to be art on board that is for sale, which is related to my Star Wars story. But yes, sorry, Carnival. I think this egg's making green eggs and ham just look like a booger. Yeah. Fabergé. You know what I would like as a fat kid? I would like a whole collection of Cadbury eggs on a cruise ship. I like the caramel better than the one that looks like it has the egg yolk. The egg yolk in the... What's your favorite Cadbury egg? Leave a comment below. Can you get those just at Easter? I don't know. I got to tell you about my consternation, my annoyance on Allure of the Seas. But before I do that, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes, and time is running short. Act now. There's only a few spots left to be in the first 200,000 subscribers of Lido, Loca. And once I hit 200,000 subscribers, well, that's it. I quit. No, I'm just kidding. If I don't hit 200,000 subscribers in the next 7 days, I quit. I'm just kidding. That's not going to be true either. I'm just trying to get to 200,000 subscribers. And then eventually, I think in a few years, we're going to get to 18 million subscribers. Don't you want to be in that number? I think you do. Go ahead and subscribe now. Notification bell. Okay, here's the dealio. I like art. I like paintings. I like sculpture. I like digital art. I like art. And I think it's fascinating that cruise ships have art galleries. I've gone to talks about art. I've never gone to an art auction. I've never bought a piece of art on a cruise ship. But this last cruise on the Allure of the Seas, I was super tempted, and I was tempted by this painting of all things. If you got any nerd cred, you recognize this to be the Battle of Hoth scene from Star Wars. Now, the first time I saw this painting was not hanging on the wall here in the walk between the casino and Studio B on the Allure of the Seas. It was on an easel with other paintings out in front of Boleros, which is where they have the art auction on the Allure of the Seas. And it was during the day, right across from the Starbucks. And me and my friend John were walking by, and I saw this painting. And for the first time ever, I inquired as to what the price of the painting was. There was a guy there with the Park West badge on. He had papers on the table. He was flanked by art on both sides. I didn't photograph him because I thought that would be rude. No shade on this guy. But yeah, there was the painting. I was like, wow, Battle of Hoth. So I grabbed the guy. He's standing there waiting to help people out. And I said, hey, Park West guy, how much does this painting go for? Can you ballpark it for me? And he looked at me, and he looked at the painting, and he looked at me, and he said, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, wow. Like, in my mind, if the guy would have said $500, if the guy would have said $300, we could have had a conversation. I was single and ready to mingle when it came to this piece of art. I'm an impulsive person. If the guy would have said $200, $300, I might have popped. I might have popped for this painting. And the guy looked at me and he said, I don't know. And it frustrates me to no end because every time I've seen somebody do an art transaction on a cruise ship, they're sat down at a table somewhere in the art gallery going through paperwork like they're buying a house. And it makes me think, well, this is one of those sales pitches you don't want to be in because you're going to get charged for framing and shipping and whatever they do, they're going to shellac it. They're going to get a mini digital. I don't know what they're doing. Have you ever bought art on a cruise ship? Let me know what the process is. I don't think I'll ever buy art because if you can't tell me what the price of something is right when I want to buy it, I'm gone. I'm gone. Now, to be fair, I've thought about this quite a bit since the interaction, and I want to just be fair. Maybe the guy was just there to get people signed up for the art auction. Again, it was in front of Boleros. That's where the art auction is. But he had on the branding. He had on the Park West. He had the paperwork with him. He had all of that stuff. I just don't think that was a great interaction, and it frustrated me, but it was redeemed. Conversely, the next day we went and looked at watches. I'm thinking about getting a watch, and the cool thing about the people that were selling the watches is they were very forthcoming with the price. They had all the different discounts on it, and if they even caught, like, if the wild thing, so where this guy was aloof with the pricing, when it came to the watches, if somebody was at a table 3 away and they noticed you slightly glance at the cool Captain America watch, they came right over, they picked up the watch, they worked the calculator and said, this watch is this much money, would you like to buy it? And so two extremes in the sales. And I don't know if it's because one was way more expensive than the other or just the process. I didn't buy a watch either. Honestly, that whole interaction reminded me of a friend of mine whose name is Art, and all that guy did, he would just hang around. He would just hang around all the time. His name was Art. Yeah, I had a friend named Matt. He just laid on the floor a lot, too. And look, before people get too out of whack, it didn't obviously upset me that much. I just thought it was an interesting observation, the differences between those two sales techniques. Let me ask you this. Here's the painting again. What's your, I would pay for that? Would you pay $100 for this? Would you pay $5 for this? Would you pay $1,000 for this? Leave a comment below. And look, art is just one of those things that you can overspend on a cruise. I've got 9 more in this video. Do you know all 10? Check out this video next. This is Tony for Lido, Loca. And until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.